The monster.
It's literally a lawnmower with a digging arm attached. Designed to kill you. Wants to roll over.
Yeah.
One of its favourite things is trying to roll over.
Yeah.
I've driven plenty of big excavators. This one had me packing it.
We're Tom and Jules, and together we are taking on our biggest challenge yet. Join us as we tackle fencing, cattle, and everything it takes to bring this land back to life.
Alrighty guys, and we're back. So Tom has had a very busy week. He took the week off work and has been up here slaving away in true farm style, trying to get all of the laneway fence de-barbed wire of the old barbed wire and pulling out any of the old steel posts that were in the ground that are basically on a weird angle. And then he had also hired an excavator to tidy up some of the sections of the laneway that led into other paddocks that had just been like rutted out, where the cows have just been allowed to kind of come and go when it's been really wet. And then obviously it's just churned up the soil, and when you're trying to get the buggy through, you're literally getting thrown around everywhere because the ground is just so uneven. He has been working very hard to get some of this tidied up and ready for new fence posts and new barbed wire to be put in. So I'll take you for a bit of a walk and show you what he's been able to achieve in the 5 days that he's been up here. So first thing worth noting is that this section here in front of us, over where Tom's standing, used to be the worst washed out section that takes you to the back valley where the dam is. Tom's managed to fix all of this up with the excavator, tidy it all up, create some runoffs for the rain to actually drain properly, and then he's also done an extra little cut down in here that is going to help us a lot in the future with re-fencing. So some of these fence posts down the side there are actually going to be reconfigured and moved down into this little cutaway. But then he's gone through, and all of this laneway that leads all the way back up to the top paddock, he's pulled all of the broken posts out, anything that was off on a lean, all the barbed wire's gone, and he's taken out the gates as well. So it is looking amazing. Do you feel like a milkshake though from riding in an excavator for 5 days?
So much fun.
So much fun. Poor Tommy's got like a kind of like a shaking syndrome from being jolted around in the little excavator that he hired for, you know, the last 3 days.
Next time I'll be just paying for the float to get a big one.
Yeah. So yeah, you did get a small machine, so you could.
It's the only one you could get.
Yeah, only one you could get that he could get on a trailer as well that he could bring in. But yeah, he's already saying next time he's just going to get the big dog.
Cost you $5 a week.
Oh yeah, it'll cost you, you know, a ridiculous amount of money. But you live and you learn. But I think he's done a really good job. And then what he's done is he's continued, so ripped out any of the old posts through here, and then continued all the way down, and you can see that there's a silver trailer parked up over there. So that is full of old barbed wire that Tom's made his way along this valley to pull out any of the broken barbed wire that was through there. So method behind the madness to this is that we need to have a paddock ready to be able to keep all of the cattle in one spot. The reason for that is we need to know where they are at the moment, because the fence line that's on our main boundary that goes into the neighbour's place has been completely removed because we had all those earthworks done to be able to get the new fence put in. The plan is that we will push all of the cattle into this rear valley with the dam, hold them in here, and then be able to organise a truck to get rid of the ones that we no longer want on the property, with the plan to then keep maybe 20 of the 80 that we have to then continue on doing with what we want to do on the farm. But having said that, it means we need to fix all of this fence that runs around the entire back side of this rear valley. This fence here isn't too bad. It'll probably need a couple of touch-up. And the back one along the back of the dam there, that's the one that we fixed in a previous video. A lot of work to be done, but getting these earthworks done and having Tom pull out all of the barbed wire that he's done so far is the first step to making that possible.
So this is the end of the laneway, or will be the end of the laneway. Have a gate running here, so we go to this paddock. Strainer here, and then you'll have a gate running here. It'll open to this paddock. And then you'll have fence that goes down, and the strainer and the gateway down there. will be the third paddock.
Third paddock, yeah.
And then the fourth paddock and the fifth paddock come into the
Up there.
laneway up further.
Yeah. I was saying before is that Tom's cut back the little road kind of drop off that's over here on the side so that we can actually drop the fence back down into that little ridge bit.
I'm going to straighten the fence from that strand down there to up here. Take away all this runoff crap.
Yeah.
Put a whole new fence in instead of playing with the old stuff.
Yeah, and the new fence will run basically from this point, around the edge of the valley.
And then when Dozer Man's back, we'll fix everything.
Yes, yeah.
He'll do in 30 seconds what will take me all day. I only did this so we can do the fences.
Exactly, yeah, and that's what I was saying before. Like the whole point of Tom having the little tiny machine in here to get these things done was so that we could actually like visibly see exactly where the best fence line should run. If we're going to go through and replace all of the barbed wire and potentially some of the posts because they're broken or buggered.
Half of them are buggered.
Yeah. We might as well put it in the best spot possible rather than just redoing it where it stands right now because it may not still be fit for purpose. Anyway, we're getting there. It's just a lot of hard work. I guess Tom's trying to tackle the most important parts on the laneway.
Do it once.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do it once, do it right, do it well. We've just come further up the laneway heading back up towards the shed, and yeah, Tom's also come through this whole section and taken out all of the old barbed wire. So this side of the fence is perfectly fine in terms of posts.
Clearly newer.
And this side is just absolutely wrecked. So we'll look to keep this side, just re-tension it with new barbed wire, but this side is going to need to be completely redone. Which
Two
is
new strainers, all new posts.
Yeah, a bit of a pain in the butt, but again, once it's done, we know it's done really well and perfect. So we'll just go ahead and get all of that redone. This is another spot that Tom's tackled. So there was an old dead pine tree there that he's managed to clear out of the way, and I'll drop in some footage, but as we used to come through here, it was so overgrown with weeds that you were really stuck to this single path, which kept getting washed out and just muddy as all buggery. So he's also tidied that up and then proceeded to pull out all of the old barbed wire out of the laneway as well.
Got 3 pine trees.
Three. I dropped 3 pine trees, not one. I was like, oh, whoops, sorry. They were all dead, guys. Don't, before you get cranky at us. They were all very dead, rotten, and we needed to get rid of them because if we didn't, then the risk of them falling on us or cattle, was starting to get...
cattle, I was worrying about squishing my new fence.
Oh yeah, Tom's more concerned about his fence that he was going to put through there, but I'm more worried about us or the cattle. But yeah, it was worth getting rid of those because they were along the fence line, and who knows at what point they would have fallen over.
I videoed myself pushing one over.
Yeah, so I'll drop that in.
It's dodgy.
It's dodgy. Tom in a little excavator pushing over a big tree.
Successfully didn't die.
And this is the 3rd spot out of 4 that Tom's tackled. So again, he's ripped all of the barbed wire out of these posts, cleaned up the laneway that runs along here that then connects back out to the laneway. Tom's also put in some drains off this main top section of the laneway. Some of it was getting really wet and boggy in sections, and obviously all the water's pooling when it is raining. So yeah, he's kind of put in some drains to allow that all to head down one of the valleys. So hopefully when wet season rolls around, it will have a place.
Just bloody stopped. I just stopped.
Oh well, yeah, we literally haven't had a rain for probably, well, touch wood, like a week, and everyone's like, when's wet season coming in? Because it should be here. But it's about getting all of this prepped as well in preparation for wet season. So we're not dealing with washed out laneways.
On the wet, this will be so sticky.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I'd like to get gravel and put gravel on it before then, but that's probably not going to happen.
it all comes down to time, which we're very limited on, but we're trying to get as much done as we possibly can in preparation for the wet season. When it's raining up here, there's not a hell and chance we're going to be able to get a chance in hell, I should say, not a hell and chance. Not a chance in hell that we're going to be able to get this buggy through the laneways, because it'll just be like clay, sticky stuff. That's where the two-wheeler comes in handy, no doubt. The monster.
It's literally a lawnmower with a digging arm attached. Designed to kill you. Wants to roll over.
Yeah.
One of its favourite things is trying to roll over.
Trying to roll over, yeah.
I've driven plenty of big excavators. This one had me packing it.
While I'm at work all week, I'm like, can you just send me updates as you're like up at the farm just doing things, just so I know you haven't like rolled off the side of the valley in the excavator? And so I'd get little updates of like, I'm alive, I'm just going for lunch.
I thought I was going to die getting it off the trailer.
Off the yeah. It's not the biggest of machines, that's for sure. Quite top heavy.
I'm not sure how the hire companies get away with it. You could hire this to an accountant and they'd kill themselves in 10 minutes. I don't.
Yeah.
They must have good insurance policies.
Yes, yeah. I mean, but it's been handy.
Oh,
For what you needed it to do, it's done the job. Yeah, it's just very
just little.
unsteady. Yeah. Tom's signal for me to don some gloves, I think, and help him throw the rest of it over the little dodgy fence that we've got running along there, just to make it a bit easier for him so he doesn't have to use the big arm on the claw thingy on the excavator. So I'll go lend a hand.